Are you surprised? Like, did you ever expect this? I mean, the short answer is no, not really. I think there's so much about Mainers and who we are. And I think our philosophy around starting a soccer club was different in two ways. The typical model of, you buy a franchise, you plop it down in a city and you try to build a community around it.
Mhm.
We almost inverted that, right?
Mhm.
We started with the community. It was, it's almost inside out.
Yep.
And over a prolonged period of time. So, that piece helped. I mean, we had thousands and thousands of followers on our social media before we had a brand. And then I think in general, if I could distill down how we think about ourselves as a club, like I don't really even think about us as a soccer club.
Mhm.
To me, we're a lifestyle brand of Maine and we're a community organization and we happen to be a pro soccer team. And a lot of the work that we do on the marketing side and the brand building side and the community side, it's not about soccer at all. I mean, it is a little bit, but but the soccer is the medium, right? That's the connective tissue. It's the conduit for everything else. But a lot of the work that we are focused on is how can we contribute? How can we bring people together? How can we invite people in to be a part of the process and all the stories that we tell. We made this incredible short film about an oyster farmer up in the mid coast of Maine. And it's about hearts, and his son brought him to a game and he didn't want to come, and his son bought him a ticket and he falls in love with it. But it's more about, it's a story about intergenerational healing and relationships. I've loved this game my whole life, as have you both. But, my favorite pieces about it, generally are like what transcends the actual soccer. And I love the actual soccer, but it's the relationship with the game. It's what it means. And I think we want to get the people who aren't soccer fans. I think we always felt like, if I grew up and I love this game, I'm going to be curious. I'm going to come and I'm going to want to support this club.
Mhm.
But how do we get the people that aren't sports fans or aren't soccer fans, but they love Maine and they love being connected to things, and they want to be a part of something special or bigger than themselves. And so that's where, our focus on that. And then to have this, I mean, this is the coolest, most city in the world. Right. And I think Maine is the best state in the country. Right. So there's so many different layers and details and people and so much to play around and talk about and tell stories.